This video is brought to you by
Cool green clothing coming straight up out of that DMV. You know what it is. This that Baltimore designer right here. Come on now, come and show some love and show some support. Go online right now, coolgreenclothing.com, and make your purchase. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video, and definitely share the channel and content with your peoples. Let's get right into the story. Nowadays, we live in a world of technology. Computers and cell phones are the way we conduct business, order food, pay bills, sometimes even find our person and get into relationships. It's very convenient, especially if you are a super busy person or an introvert. You don't even have to go into the grocery stores. You can pay someone on an app to shop for you and just open your front door and bring your food in the house. It's so normalized that some of us search for everything online, like buying electronics, even cars, because a lot of times you can find what you are looking for a cheaper price. I remember buying my first car in 2008. It was a white 1997 Chevy Lumina. I found it on Craigslist, posted for $1,700 in Towson, Baltimore County. I called the man, set up a time, and went to the location. I only had $1,200 on me, but that was the good thing about online. It wasn't a car lot or a new vehicle. I explained to the man I had just came home from prison. He appreciated the fact I had a job, trying to do the right things, and let me get the car. I was super happy, but later in life, I realized I made out. Everything doesn't always go that smooth. You might go on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp and see a car or something you really want for a decent price. Now you can even search other cities and states. All you can do is go and check out the item in person. And if you choose to purchase, hope and pray everything goes smooth, especially meeting a stranger that already knows you have cash on you or feels like you will definitely buy whatever they are selling. But going places you are not familiar with to meet a stranger can have tragic outcomes. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a teen's plan to buy a car from Facebook Marketplace that turned fatal. In 2023, Carlos Ricardo was an 18-year-old young man that had just came to the States from Cuba. After getting here, he would make his home base in Pennsylvania. Excited for a fresh start and better quality of life, a senior at J.P. McCaskey High School in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Carlos was finding his way. The young man was into cars and football, had saved up some bread to get his first set of wheels or a new car. He would search vehicles on his downtime on Facebook Marketplace, and finally he spotted a whip in his price range. But it wasn't in Pennsylvania, it was located in Baltimore. But the teen was ambitious and wasn't going to let that stop him. He got in contact with the seller, another 18-year-old teen from Baltimore named Marquise Harris. The two chopped it up via Marketplace and set up a time and date to meet. Carlos was ecstatic. Only been in the States for under a year, he was ready to be mobile and have his own transportation. He contacted a homeboy and told him he wanted to travel 80 miles from Pennsylvania to Baltimore. Unaware of the dangers involved, the young men put their trip in motion. Then on November 27th, 2023, they got ready to head out. Since it was Carlos' play, he agreed to drive. The location Marquise gave them was the 2800 block of Harlem Avenue, right off of Dukeland. Carlos and his homeboy arrived to the location about 7:30 p.m., not realizing the part of town they were in is not exactly safe or ideal to do this transaction in. But excited, the teen hopped out, spoke to Marquise then started checking out the car. After a brief look at it, for whatever reasons, Carlos decided he wanted to look for something else and not move forward with his purchase. Marquise tried to let him know everything was cool, but the young man had a change of heart. Marquise walked back to his whip where his brother was waiting for him at, and Carlos jumped in the driver's seat of the car he drove down and was ready to head back to PA. When seconds later, multiple shots went off, striking the teen in the back of the head. His homeboy attempted to grab the wheel of the car and drive off before the car crashed a few blocks over. Carlos' homeboy, who wasn't hit, was able to flag down Baltimore City Police and tell them his friend was shot. He was rushed to the University of Maryland, but unfortunately, Carlos would not survive his injuries. The detective spoke to Carlos' friend, who told them they were in town to look at a car and was able to show them the seller on Facebook. They searched the phone number and linked the account to Marquise and showed the young man a photo lineup with his picture in there, in which he positively identified him as the seller. He stated Carlos had changed his mind, but the thing was, his friend was in the passenger seat as they were leaving and didn't see who shot. With this information, police went to question Marquise at his home and told him he was pointed out as a murder suspect. The young man didn't deny meeting up with Carlos to sell a car, but he claimed after the young man told him he was good, he bopped off one way and Carlos bopped off another way. That's when he ducked for cover after hearing shots, basically saying a stray bullet could have hit Carlos from a shooting in the area. A gun was found at Marquise's house, and even though he denied any involvement, he was taken into custody, charged with first-degree and second-degree hit, on top of a handgun violation. As Carlos' family and friends got the news, they were devastated and confused, as he wasn't robbed or nothing, just shot trying to look at a car, after only being in the States for a short time. The case would make national headlines, but the catch-22 was, even though Marquise was charged, it wasn't a motive. Carlos wasn't robbed, and it was his free will not to buy the car, as he was the one who traveled miles away to see it. But investigators claim Marquise was mad and felt the young man wasted his time, and as Carlos attempted to leave, shot the car up multiple times. The gun he was locked up with was never verified as the hit weapon, and people in the city that knew the area were on the fence about the situation, stating it could have very well been a stray bullet. The news pointed out some safe places all over Baltimore County and surrounding counties called safe spots, where if you want to buy something offline, you should meet at those specific locations, one being in Towson. There was speculation that some people you contact already got the money spent in their heads and can take it personal if you choose not to buy. Rest in peace to Carlos. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. Shorty didn't do nothing wrong wanting to buy a whip for a discounted price. I have done it myself like 3 times. I met somebody at a house out Towson, a gas station in the city on York Road, even by Montgomery. Fortunately, nothing ever happened, but it's really just like luck of the draw. I'ma leave this one for an open discussion. Do you think it's possible Carlos caught a stray being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or was it anger he didn't buy the car? As of now, the case hasn't made its way to trial yet, and Marquise is innocent until proven otherwise. Yeah, man, crazy situation. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.